You guys like my new mic though? So judging by the thumbnail and what I'm doing on this video, this is a different type of video, right? This might be a series that I might create called Late Night with Don. And it's a series where we kind of just be real with each other. We kind of talk about the stuff that's been going on in our lives, or are us struggling with certain sins, or even talking about the word, you know what I'm saying? So this is a new series that I'm going to try to get into, where we kind of just like self-reflect on ourselves, you know what I'm saying? I'm not saying that I'm going to do it consistently and I'm going to do it every single day, and but this is a series that I'll post as a playlist for people to go ahead and check out. And if you enjoy it, go ahead and keep watching, you know. But if it's not for you, no hard feelings. We got Terrified Tuesday videos you guys can go check out, horror short films, horror short videos, horror shorts, anything that we react to. We got music videos we react to, and we also got gameplays, horror games that you can go ahead and check out on this channel as well. But this right here is for the people that are willing to be vulnerable with themselves, and I'm going to be vulnerable as well. And you can put down in the comments if you understand how I feel, you know what I'm saying? But this is something that we're still going to react to. And this video comes from I'm Beggar, and this is called 10 Rules for Overcoming Temptation. But there ain't nothing else to say, but go ahead and like, comment, and subscribe to the channel, and hit that bell for notifications when we drop a video. I greatly appreciate it. But let's go and jump straight into this video, man. I Am Beggar, 10 Rules for Overcoming Temptation. Donovan, roll the video.
Temptation, simply put, is just that which points us away from what is good. And then the rest is really up to us. And I don't care if you're a saint or a sinner, young or old, as long as there's air in our lungs, no one is free from temptation. Now there's two things to keep in mind about temptation. First, yeah, they can be very small and annoying, like, am I going to destroy that entire bag of chips? But they can also be very serious and lead to that thing that destroys my peace, my relationships, my family, my marriage, my health, my career, my life, or worse, somebody else's. And the second thing to keep in mind is this. Temptations are just leading us away from what is good, or what is truth or love or life-giving. But sometimes we can put all the emphasis on, oh man, what's all this bad stuff it's leading me to? But not enough emphasis on, oh man, but what's all the good stuff it's leading me away from? So here are just 10 tips that I hope will help us all deal with those annoying temptations.
Give me them 10 tips.
When we think of temptations, we usually think of the obvious, like lust, food, drinking, drugs, laziness, gossip, greed, anger, and wanting everything that everybody else has that I don't. But then there are the not so obvious, like, am I tempted towards negativity, criticism, judgment, resentment, discouragement, envy, vanity, dark thoughts, overthinking, and the two big ones, doubt and self-pity. If we're gonna go into battle, the first step is always, know your enemy.
Let's talk about that real quick. Knowing our enemies when it comes to certain sins. My personal one is lust, for sure. I would say lust is something that I struggle with pretty heavy. That might be a key one for me. Another one might be pride, where it's kind of like I'm just feel like I could do everything by myself. I don't need nobody. I don't want nobody, and I feel like I could do anything without anybody and I don't need their help. I do struggle with pride sometimes, and lust, and anger. I ain't gonna lie. That's 3 of the things that I need to identify my target with. Put it down in the comments which ones you think yours are and what you need to identify as your target. But let's go ahead and continue.
Once we know our temptations, we have to know what sets them off. Maybe it's a person, place, or thing. Maybe it's a mood or feeling like boredom, idleness, or complete and utter loneliness. But I think you and I know that 99.9% of all our triggers comes through one thing. Our portable, pocket-sized conduit of all the temptation of the entire universe.
I'm gonna keep pausing. I don't care. Bro, this right here is literally how I feel. Like, the temptations come from social media, and it sucks because I do social media and I try to put social media out there, and I don't want to just disappear and like say forget all of this YouTube stuff that I put so much hard work into, or put in hard work into any other of the platforms that I've tried to like grow in. I don't want to throw that away, because I've worked really hard on it. But this right here, these are some temptations. The internet is a temptation. Instagram, Twitter, and TikTok, bro, you can't escape it sometimes. And I feel like I need to push that away and step away from like social media like that. I could continue to do YouTube, but not always be on my phone. You know what I'm saying? But let's continue.
Know your triggers. Remove and avoid the ones we can, and have a solid game plan ready in advance for the ones we can't.
Next time, fall into temptation. What happened right before? Stop temptations at you.
Temptation is just right outside our door, right now, even as we speak. It doesn't get tired, it knows all our triggers, and it just waits for that perfect opportunity to come knocking. Our best shot to stop it is right here, at the door. It starts with just a thought, then our imagination entertains it. Then it brings us some kind of satisfaction or delight. Then a powerful attraction. Then we consent. This is how the enemy gains entrance.
Give in.
Only a fool takes chances. Make your stand here, because
Kinda
it's almost
scared me.
impossible to make it here.
Make your stand here at the thought. Temptations be.
Keep reminding
Temporary.
yourself that any temptation, no matter
Hey.
how strong and annoying it may be, will always pass. The saying goes, the devil who knocks and finds no entrance eventually gets bored and just moves on. I've found it takes about 23 minutes. So the next time you're battling with some temptation, set a timer for 23 minutes and just go do something else.
23 minutes.
The best weapon for annihilating temptation is actually
Patience. I'm gonna pause that right there. Go ahead and look at these things on this list. Call someone, meet with someone, go for a walk, go for a drive, read book, learn something, pray, find a hobby, work, clean, play, work out. These are things that I do mostly, but it's at nighttime when the temptations really get me. You know what I'm saying? 23 minutes. Write that down, guys.
As I think you know, some temptations become so wired into our brains and biology that we come to realize pretty fast our own strength and willpower just aren't enough. The strength comes from surrendering. Not surrendering to some temptation, but surrendering to the one who has the power. Infinite power.
God.
Now I know some of you are thinking, yeah, I prayed, it does nothing. Well, think of it this way. At the time of some temptation, we slowly lose control of our will. It becomes agitated and excited like a crazy, out of control puppy. Now what happens when you place that puppy in its mother's arms? it becomes calm, subdued, docile. Jesus gave us all his mother, the most pure and docile and loving creature to ever walk the face of the earth. The next time you're battling some temptation, just place your will into your mother's arms and take a deep breath and surrender. Temptations teach us something about ourselves. They reveal who we are underneath the surface and scream out what's broken and what needs some work. Which, oh, by the way, leads to another little thing called
Virtue and happiness.
temptation builds strength. At first, we can barely lift the small ones, but then over time, we can lift the really big ones. And not.
Let's pause real quick. So the things that are broken inside of you, that's something I really need to pay attention to. I'm not even gonna lie, because I don't know if it's just me or if y'all feel like this. When you guys get out of something that is traumatizing or painful or bad, you kind of brush it off and keep going on with your life, but never fix the things that happened back in your life. You know what I'm saying? So let's say like a past relationship. Like a past relationship hurt you so bad that you cried it off, but you decided to push it to the side and go to the gym and better your body and your mind, you know, but all of those things that happened back in your past you never dealt with. That right there, that's something that I need to figure out what to do with. I'm not even gonna lie. I need to go back to what happened to me and fix the stuff deep down inside of me, or I'm never gonna heal. So I really need to focus on that. That's one thing I really need to focus on.
Not to mention help others lift theirs. Think of each temptation as an opportunity to build strength. Temptations keep us humble. My God, we all think we're God's gift to the universe these days. We got to bring it down a little bit. And a constant reminder of our complete and utter lack of self-control ought to do the trick. Beating temptations boosts confidence. Think of how you feel right after you give in to some temptation. Think of how you feel right after you don't. And finally, the greatest among us are those who face their demons and win. No one's ever rose to greatness by having it easy. Look at each temptation as a stepping stone to rise above ourselves. He who trims a little and snips a little advances little. We got to get to the roots. Usually we put all the emphasis on whether we're succeeding or failing at some temptation, and not enough emphasis on getting to the root cause of it all. Now, I don't know what that is. It could be unresolved trauma or family or anger issues, too much fear, too alone, or just too much time on our hands.
Yep.
But I would bet that for most of us, it just comes down to a lack of real purpose and meaning in our lives. Dig to the roots and get some help, if necessary. We're never going to be free of temptation, at least not in this life. But with calm and patient and brave endurance over time, we will master them. It's not going to happen overnight. Just get through the next 23 minutes, then the next hour, then the next day, then the next week. Think of it as just one of those things that's part of my daily labor, like working out and eating right. And win. Every day.
Okay. Beat temptation.
No battle was ever won by running away. Sure, it may buy us a little time, but inevitably, we all find ourselves right back to where we started, or worse. Eventually, we're all going to have to face our temptations. Temptations are the result of a lack of confidence, not only in my own strength, but in His. So the next time you're battling some temptation, literally imagine yourself standing up face to face with that temptation and take control. And don't let it beat you down. You beat it down. And not just with your own strength, but with His.
True. Dang. Tip 10.
And
Keep
finally,
going.
we're all going to fall. And when we do, go easy on yourself. Don't beat yourself up or turn to worry, anxiety, or fear. These are just more temptations. Just pick yourself up and keep going. When we're face down in the dirt for the 1,000,000th time, there'll be two voices. One from above, of accusation, condemnation, kicking us when we're down and reminding us how bad we are. And the other, from down in the dirt with us, of compassion, forgiveness, lifting us up and saying, come on, I love you. Let's do this together.
Look, so immediately when I saw the mud, this analogy my mom gave me came to my head. This is an analogy my mom said. She said, imagine a pig playing in the mud, and imagine the mud being sin and the pig being a person. If you laying in the mud and you rolling around and you having fun, that's great to a pig. You know, the mud is great to them. The sin is good. If you stay in that mud, then you will never want to leave. Because don't get me wrong, sin is fun. Sin is great. It feels amazing. But it's going to send us to hell if we continue to do it. And I am not perfect at all. I am not a perfect human being. I am just a person with a small platform trying to post some content for you guys. And this right here, this will send us to hell if we don't deal with it. But if we are that little lamb, right? Let's switch it with a lamb. And the lamb don't like being in the mud. And the lamb is crying, trying to fight against the mud and get out of the mud. Jesus is going to come over and wash us off. No more mud on us. He'll wash the sins away. And then we'll fall again or get stuck again because we're like lambs. We're not that smart. We're not that complex. We just keep falling in the mud, and then Jesus washes our sins away. Simple as that. That's how I think of it. You got to be the lamb and don't be the pig. Because if you want to be the pig, then go ahead. Just know that you're going to get cooked into bacon. Just saying. Try to lighten the mood. My bad.
Only listen to the one. Temptation, simply put, is just that which points us away from what is good, or what is truth, or what is love, or what is life-giving. And these are simply just another name for what we call
God. He who reigns himself and rules passions, desires, and fears is more than a king. Milton. So, hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. You guys enjoyed the message behind all of this. Go ahead and go subscribe to I'm Beggar's channel. It will be down in the link in the description. Same with the video. Go check it out for yourself. Me personally, I enjoy his content. I watch his content by myself. Especially when I'm just like relaxing or like playing the game. I have it in the background being able to talk to me so I can get a better understanding, you know? And the animation really helps me in general too because it keeps me interested. But like I said, be the lamb, do not be the pig. Don't be that person that loves being in their sin and they're so constantly in their sin that they do not care about what happens to them next. Be that person that does care about yourself and wants to get away from the sin. If you fall, get back up, ask for forgiveness. If you fall, get back up, ask for forgiveness, and you keep pushing. You got to change your ways, but God knows that you're going to fall regardless. He knows you're going to sin. That's why he died for your sins. But don't be so happy in your sin that you don't want to change. Be willing to try to change. But that's basically the message for this episode of Late Night with Don. Episode 1. I think it was a pretty good episode. If you guys enjoyed it, go ahead and like, comment, and subscribe to the channel and hit that bell for notifications when we drop a video. I greatly appreciate it. And if you guys want me to do more content like this, go ahead and let me know and down in the comments. I probably will still be doing it regardless if you guys don't want me to post it. But at the end of the day, I'm doing it for y'all. and I'm doing it for myself and also being vulnerable. So if you guys like the content, subscribe to the channel, subscribe to I'm Beggar's channel, and also go check out all the other stuff that I do on this channel as well, whether it's the gameplay, whether it's Terrified Tuesday, and whether it's music reaction videos. I'm really into music, if you don't know, and I really like horror games and horror short films. But we're gonna go ahead and let y'all go. So y'all have a good night, sleep tight, don't let the bed bugs bite, and I'll catch y'all later. Deuces.